kind of got a suppression working overboard because I've had to bring in more fans around me because when I entered this room, it was 86 degrees.
Wait, like your basement room, your little game zone?
My office is upstairs.
Oh, I thought it was in the basement still. I'm posting all this shit. Yes.
There we go.
I only have a couple more posts to make.
What even were we?
It's cool because, like, we're extremely low effort in many ways about promoting this, but I have to post to like 19 different places.
Oh man, I got a horrible little present next to me that I'll show off once people are here.
Oh, did your dog actually poop?
Why would I show people?
Because we're trying to attract a new audience. Audience of dog poop perverts. And like no present can be as horrible as last time when you revealed the full Jack Sparrow cosplay that you had dressed Sherlock Holmes in. Sherlock Holmes, famed legendary detective. Yeah, I see that you're still doing it. Yes, I noticed.
When Shady comes, you'll have to interrogate them.
About why this is in game?
Why Jack Sparrow?
Why is this allowed?
Do you think this could be a hint of where we are?
Oh, you think we're in, like, the Pirates of the Caribbean universe?
Oh, I was gonna go with, like, Barbados, but,
We're, like, in this is the inside of Davy Jones's locker. This is beyond the untracked ocean zone where things get really weird in the latter Pirates of the Caribbean movies.
Look, I know we've seen a lot of, like...
island.
I know we've seen a lot of, like, Turkish and people from different African countries, but, Albanian.
Leave it! Who do you think you are?
I'm glad we were able to identify the Albanian using our eugenics vision.
Hey, you know this guy?
I hope the police find the murderer.
He's not real. Victim profile. Looks like this. Looks like a big slob who fell down.
Swedish clerk.
Help me, please.
It's a shame, but I can't help you.
I don't think he likes pirates.
Mark Ridley fell tower.
Isn't that icon speaking to a person of interest?
Inquire with people around.
Yeah, no, you're right. That's the talk to the crowd icon.
Yeah.
The speech bubble.
And I am
with a person of interest.
I hope the police find the
Maybe
murderer.
I'll find another sailor. Are you a sailor?
He looks like one, but no, he's a forger.
He's a criminal. This guy's also
Wow.
a criminal.
This place is full of criminals.
Oh,
What
you're
is Sherlock doing?
a sailor.
He needs to get
You're not
busy
here to relieve me from duty, are you?
arresting criminals.
Oh,
This is the
well.
weird Navy spot.
Yeah.
The building that we can go into.
Maybe these guys would be good to ask about this.
The sign of the eagle.
Don't worry. I'm one of you.
I am from Morocco. Put on your I love Morocco t-shirt. I heart Morocco. My parents
Is this
went to
familiar to
Morocco
you?
and all I got was
Men
this
like me
stupid
don't like to
t-shirt.
be bothered by strangers.
Wait, am
I'm
I
not a
not?
stranger. I'm
I
your
not-
father.
Oh, I could be slightly more Moroccan.
If you put on a typical Moroccan eye patch.
There we go.
There we go.
Do you know
What
anything
about
about
now?
this? If you ask that again, I will find where you live and break your windows.
No, I'm a different guy. I'm Moroccan Abe
May
Lincoln.
I ask for your assistance? Of course, my friend. Let me enlighten you.
Oh, this guy loves it.
John loves it. Ottomans say it's the symbol of the House of Hassan, the most revered family in the Old City. Their house stands on the western side of the Old Market.
Okay.
So it should be like here.
Yeah, maybe it's the big house over there.
What would you want your house
Oof.
symbol to be?
An impassable gap for a Sherlock. My house symbol?
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking like a Calvin peeing on a Calvin, which is all peeing on the first Calvin, like a Calvin peeing Ouroboros.
But that seems like that might be tricky to carve into a knife.
What, you think an an eagle isn't? I could stamp a Calvin into a knife. It would be easy. He's just a little cartoon guy.
It's crazy that you're allowed to put Calvin pissing on things on stuff. And no one cares. No one in the world cares.
Bill Watterson Bill Watterson's whole mission in life is to fill the world with Calvin's piss.
How do you think you felt when you first saw the Calvin piss? Like, do you think it was like revulsion and then happiness? Because he never drew Calvin pissing.
He never did.
This is a known fact.
Unless
Unless he's the original Calvin pisser.
yeah, unless he's like the Q of pissing Calvin. He anonymously drew fan art of his own little guy pissing. And now it's a hate symbol. I don't know, man. It's hard for me to get a read on Bill Watterson. He's kind of like Rick Moranis, right? Where he decided to retire to be wholesome.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say J.D. Salinger.
No, J.D. Salinger decided to retire to be sick.
Watch me piss on the table, kids. It's Thanksgiving.
Yeah. I'm gonna put all of my great unfinished work in a big vault. And then they open the vault and it's just Calvin's pissing.
Oh, damn. Now I can only picture the kid from Catcher in the Rye as Calvin pissing on things.
He basically is. When the unwritten subtext when he's calling things phony in the book.
Yeah, I
is
mean,
that he's pissing on them.
it's definitely not inappropriate, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. Holden Caulfield is a pissing Calvin. What's this?
You're not welcome here.
You gotta be more Moroccan. More Ottoman. You need to get the hey, mysterious
You have
door.
no business here. Go away.
Yo, there's so many locked establishments.
Am I not Turkish enough for you? Show me the casebook. The house marked by the eagle is closed to outsiders.
You gotta talk to people now.
I'm Turkish.
Yeah, but you're not an eagle. Put on the eagle costume.
Is this familiar to you?
Just walk away, or I'll suddenly forget we are both Ottomans.
Wow.
He thinks I'm Turkish.
Yeah, I don't think it's about being Turkish. I think you gotta get an invite.
Alright, let's crack open up this casebook. The house is marked by the eagle. The house marked by the eagle is closed to outsiders.
That's right.
Maybe I should come back here after I've got taken care of the other thing. Can I eavesdrop on you two?
I mean, there would be an eavesdrop symbol, right? You're supposed to eavesdrop.
Sometimes it actually is kind of funky in regards to it appearing.
Nope, sorry. Anti Sherlock force field there.
Selam.
Interrupt this dude's prayers so you can.
No, I think he's
not doing
begging.
prayers, he's begging.
Yeah, it's kind of the wrong time of day for him to be doing that. For him to be praying. Hey.
May I ask for your assistance?
Nobody cares about us, so why should I care about anybody?
What if these guys practice like jazz Islam?
You are not welcome here.
She's Albanian! She's not even Turkish!
Dude, you're so hung up on them accepting your ethnic costume.
Do you think I should be more Albanian?
I just don't think that's what's gonna get you in. I think, yeah, be more ice cream. Maybe you need to be like a rich guy.
You are not welcome here.
Ooh.
It's a venerable house.
Ooh. It's a venerable house. Let's see. Let me get fancy. I'm so fancy.
Maybe it has to be a. I know the game doesn't do this, but maybe it has to be a fancy / Turkish hybrid.
Oh, I mean, that's kind of a thing. But let's see. Like, look at me.
You're beautiful.
I'm one of the villains from Casablanca.
You are not welcome here.
You mean just like Moroccan people?
You are not welcome here.
No. So there are these in the film Casablanca. I
haven't seen it.
I know. This is why I'm explaining it to you, because you would have got it like that. In the movie Casablanca, there's kind of like side villains to the Nazis, which is these criminals selling passports out of Casablanca. And one of them literally wears a fez.
You are not welcome here.
What's your plan, Pat? You're just gonna try every combination? You're just gonna argue with this video game NPC?
I was trying your method.
I don't think it's a matter of outfits.
Yeah, that's why I'm gonna go try to find a sailor.
Hey. Yeah, now that you're dressed like a very, what's the word I'm looking for? You're wearing a sailor costume with a high degree of verisimilitude, very realistic sailor.
Do you think my...
God, just barreling into children. The sound of you whapping off that child was rough. It's like you're hitting them with a baseball. There's like the combination of that particular impact sound and the fact that Sherlock can't get through some gaps that seem big enough for him makes me think that Sherlock's shape is not what we think it is. Like maybe he's just a big cardboard tube turned sideways, levitating down the streets of Cordona. The real mystery of this game is the shape of Sherlock's convex hull.
Yeah. Turns out that Ed Sheeran song, Shape of Your Body, is about Sherlock. And actually, it's more of a question than a ode.
It was gonna be in the OST for this game. Man, you're really leaving. You've left. You're gone.
I'm trying to find sailors. I'm fucking Shenmue up here.
Yeah.
Can you tell me a place where sailors hang out?
Got into Shenmue mode.
Hold on 1 second. I'm getting a little framey, and I think I know why.
Is there a button for you to call Yoo-hoo, sailor?
No. There we go.
Darn.
I fucking knew it. I was like, why am I getting little frames? I was in the wrong plane mode for my computer.
Oh.
You aren't here to
There's gotta be
Definitely
sailors
a
in
lot of sailors in the sailor hut.
Hey.
One sailor to another.
Is this familiar to you?
Ah, I know this, yeah, let me help you.
Oh, we get more.
Unknown Lothario.
Lothario.
Promiscuous ways meeting the one. I just imagine this British sailor just
Going to
sucking.
that huge house in LA.
Oh, I was thinking of sucking off Neo in the Matrix.
Oh my god.
A room after my own heart.
That guy and Neo
Little
just
lost here
blowing
for
each
my
other's
taste.
hair back.
There are scratches on the floor. The
Wow.
locker was moved.
What could this mean?
Oh, it's a secret romance stash.
Ooh, money, money, money.
Is that money?
That's quite a hefty sum.
Yeah, it's
After
fun
starting a new
years.
life.
It's the island's fun bucks too.
2
Yeah.
tickets to London. Would have been a very different ending for the Corporal's story.
Love letters. Since our last Jelaine.
Chylon.
Oh, thank God.
Thank God. What is the significance of Jelaine?
You just said it.
I just said what?
Say what I said again.
Jelaine.
And
Please just tell me.
like Jelaine Maxwell, humanitarian.
Her name is not pronounced that way.
No, it's pronounced Ghislaine. Yeah, you're right. I just pronounced it correctly, but just there. Ottoman. The servants will expect an Ottoman woman wearing a scarf I gave you. Now we fucking know what the outfit is.
Yeah, we gotta be an Ottoman woman wearing a scarf.
Also, how do you
We
like
have
how do you
to-
like my new angle?
What do you mean new angle?
My camera's at a new angle.
I did not notice. I'm rarely looking at where I'm rarely noticing where the camera is with respect to Sherlock. There we go.
Let's get to
It's time to get the
Crackling.
DNA evidence.
let's see. This is a plus. This is a reverse. What is this one? A
That-
swap?
I mean, just try plugging something into it. See what happens.
Yeah. Nope. What? Oh, one goes into the second thing. You get it?
Oh, yeah. But it's like... It just adds one to both, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah. Alright.
You get some posy greens on the board.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, they give you a lot of pieces to do this.
Yeah. I need one green and one blue.
They don't have that.
They don't have that.
They don't got that. -5 green. Now you got a lot of green. Then you can subtract 2 green. And add 1 blue, you think?
Mm-hmm. Is there 2 green, 1 blue? Is there even a negative green? Yes. 2 green.
There's negative green, 3 blue.
3 blue. now I just need to get a -2 blue.
They don't got that. Yeah. Yeah, just keep... Well, except you're out of adders.
Yeah. That's why I was just thinking. I was thinking about something dumb. -4. Is there a 2? But I do like. Oh, wait, what?
What?
My computer wasn't plugged in.
Oh. That could explain something. I like that we're getting little gentle bongos, gentle drums.
Wait, did I do that math wrong? Oh yeah, I did do that wrong. I want this to go here, and this to go here.
Buddy.
Damn, I was so close. I wish I could swap it. You know what I mean? Like, I wish I could make this... Actually, you know what? Oh wait, sorry, my mistake. My mistake. Come on. Come on.
About to be out of adders.
I didn't mean... Come on. What do you think happens if I did this? Oh, sorry, not this. This. No, come on. No. Come on. Oh.
Yeah, it just becomes 4.
That's just giving me an idea.
Okay.
What happens when I do plug that in? Oh. Oh, yeah. Yeah. That's not what I was thinking about. This.
Okay. You could have solved it.
Yeah, I could have.
Like if you negate the 5.
Oh, you mean like make it positive?
Yeah. Now put down the 2 green. Negate that. Add the 2 green and the 5 together. Yeah. Now finish it.
Oh.
There you go.
I had to remember how to finish it. I was like, is there just not a button? Alright, so what is this? It's covered in blood. Wow.
It's blood.
I've removed the stains.
Oh, that was cleaning it. You had to
clean it.
You had to chemically neutralize the blood.
Yeah. Alright, let's see. Anything else in here? Actually, anything else I need to pin?
Rolini says, Mr. Streamers, what do you do when your 2-year-old puppy cries at you, asking for a friend?
Kiss them. Mwah.
This is Geo?
Yeah, it's Geo. Geo did 2. That's when I was like, oh, fuck you. Because I looked over and Geo was behind me, which shouldn't have been physically possible. Because she was locked in a different space.
I think show dominance is my answer in that case. Geo is crying out for a strong authority figure.
Ridley's blood is on Armagnac.
Geo does not like being in Rolini's office. Is that because you're is that because you are shouting slurs at Romanian teenagers
Ridley's
on
blood.
League of Legends? Is Geo just offended?
Ridley's blood is on Armagnac.
What they're planning? Tribune, take revenge. No. General who speak. No.
Shady back.
No.
Shady has arrived. We think Pat's stream quality has stabilized. Raylini is watching a friend play in his game. He is losing. Is he gonna get knocked out of diamond tier? Or whatever the extremely high tier of LoL you play at is?
John's so happy. That means disguise, right?
Oh, he's playing a semi-pro game. Spicy.
Wow, semi-pro game. Wow, so cool.
Yeah, Shady, the internet man showed up.
Excuse me,
He
just one question.
Ah, I know
He-
this, yeah, let me help you.
forced himself through the crack in the door, turned himself into packets, a mist of packets. And he caressed the demodulator on their modem. Really, nothing like what's going on in this stream though. This is high tier play. Yeah, semi-pro we scoff at. This is professional Sherlocking, as you can tell by us becoming a Turkish woman with an Abe Lincoln beard. They'll never know. They'll never know the difference.
Oh, I didn't find all the evidence. Fuck.
The barracks are off limit to civilians.
Oh,
I didn't
you
find
missed
all the
some
evidence.
evidence.
I missed some evidence.
All right, now we're at Turkish woman with an Abe Lincoln
Go on,
beard
it's
and a
a-
pirate coat. Yeah, Shady, you gotta make sure the demodulator is nice and relaxed. Coo softly, the demodulator. Did Patty show you the Peppachu?
Oh yeah. That's what I wanted to show. I got a buddy.
All right,
It's a Pikachu.
display it.
That's a frog.
No. Incredible. Who gave you this?
I claimed him from Julie's office.
Wow.
He's been doing a little detective work on the side though, so he's been wearing this hat.
Yeah. Yeah, Relini, this is cursed.
Yeah. That's why she got it, is because we saw it online and we were like, this thing's so fucked up looking.
Yeah. Oh my god, it's like a rejected garbage pail kid.
Yeah. It's like... Yeah, look at him. He's just a happy little guy.
Mm-hmm. Relini says, I offered him a chicken plushie, but he declined. Yeah, Pat saw this one and it was like... I mean, it was like Ash and Pikachu's eyes meeting. Pat was like, this is my problematic fave.
Yeah.
Really neat. It popped up on my Amazon recommended and I was like, this is horrifying, I want it. And Shady says, this is like saying, yes, please, I'll have one monkey's paw, thanks.
He's great. Look at him.
You better keep one eye on that thing.
Don't worry, he's just been on my shelf staring at me for like a week.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. If we could have emotes, he'd be an emote.
His eyes are for staring. Raylene says he's just a little guy. He'd never hurt us. He's like a slightly distorted hate symbol, okay? If we're gonna talk about hurt. Shady says that face is the last thing you shall ever see.
I like that his eyes are cross-eyed a little bit.
Feels Pika, man. Raylene has purified it with her I guess, like, what would you call it? Like it's like a hate symbol pass. Yeah.
We've
allowed.
We've reappropriated him.
Yeah. All right, well, I'm done with him. The thrill is gone. Get Pepechu away from me. Come on. What do you want? What do you want from me? How do I make you stop this? I can now distinguish that Pepechu's eyes are brown, I think, unless that's just the glare reflecting off the black void.
I think that's just the glare.
All right, let's
go.
go.
I did also notice that
even Raylene is done with Pepechu. Shady says when it gets real close, it circles back around to erotic. We're making discoveries today on stream.
Being the son of a general must be difficult.
Certainly a voyage through Cordona, but also a voyage into the
Rise
depths
all
of the
the way
soul.
to the top. Make me proud, son.
Don't fall out a window after being stabbed.
Yeah, don't look like a big dumb dead idiot when you die. Don't die in an embarrassing pose. Your tongue all lolling out, probably making a sound like bleh.
One easy trick to become a Turkish woman.
Where you gotta wear the scarf, right? Did it not become a costume piece?
I didn't see a scarf version.
I
assumed it would.
Is it face wear?
I would assume it would, like... Let's see. It might be
There is
headwear.
it's got the suitcase symbol on it.
Yeah, it might be headwear.
Oh, there we go.
What?
Is it that scarf on the bottom right?
Oh, you're right.
There you go. You're so rude to children.
Hey, let me in. I'm going
It's
in.
me, I'm
not even
expected.
asking.
My love, oh, I'm so... Who are you? Where's Mark? Answer me or I'll call for help.
You will do no such
Whoa.
thing, Jalen. We both know it.
She spotted us
How do you know my
immediately.
name? And why are you wearing this scarf? What has happened?
A flood of questions, but I only have one answer. Mark Ridley is dead.
No. This cannot be. You're lying. Tell me you're lying.
You can go
Keep
see
your voice
him
down, miss.
on the
I
bridge.
don't have time for a lady's hysterics. Mark has been
Wow,
murdered, and I
wow.
believe that the murderer is part of
Sherlock.
this house.
No, it was a secret. We were meeting. How could anyone find out?
The truth always comes out one way or another, but enough of this. Tell me, have you seen anything suspicious here?
No, I heard the servants talking about blood near the main entrance, but I didn't think. This is too much for me. I can't.
Why did you have to be so mean to her?
I wasn't mean. Now is not the time for pity.
I
Is that
wasn't
you,
mean.
or
I
your
just
reptilian
recommended
brain
that she get a medical lobotomy. Her womb is obviously wandering.
I'm gonna go to the entrance.
I like this cool courtyard. I like that this is a cool courtyard that's just for people to have clandestine meeting.
A bloody trail. Let's see where it leads.
If you have a close association with the House of Hassan.
Yeah. Someone had a bad blister. Is that some PJs?
A pile of fresh clothes. How convenient.
Those are some bloody PJs.
All soaked in blood. Well, a fresh shirt is as good a lead as any.
So, think you can
I
identify
mean,
the killer on the first try?
Sometimes you're wandering to the
doubt
bathroom
me?
in the middle of the night and you stub your toe real bad, but you're too sleepy and you just let it bleed on you all night.
Mm-hmm.
Go back to bed with arterial spray.
So John has challenged me to find the person on the first try. I feel like, personally, I feel like I need more information. But then again, how many guys can there possibly be?
Yeah. And my response to that challenge is to accuse everyone.
Dirty clothes, which is wrong because he just was supposed to get fresh clothes.
Yeah, he's got to be freshly laundered.
Wounded. Wounded?
That's pretty sussy. Did it say he had clean clothes?
It said that the laundry was clean.
Right, did it say that the wounded guy had clean clothes?
No, it didn't.
We're looking for someone with immaculate clothes.
Let's see, I'll break down every single door, like this man.
Yeah. Yeah.
Blind.
A groom. Blind.
It would be really cool if he like did some fucking who's the blind samurai guy with the
Zatoichi.
Yeah.
Zatoichi.
Like that's a katana in there.
Yeah. I mean, he would be like an Ottoman Zatoichi, so it would be like he's blind, but he's a Giselle marksman. Somehow. He uses echolocation to pull off insane Giselle shots. What about this?
Me. Dirty clothes.
Too dirty to be a murderer. You stink, you're innocent. P.U. That's the stench of righteousness.
Does there really no... Yeah, so there should be clues for us to find. But nothing's pinging my detective vision.
Shady says, weirdly enough, you might want to play the side case, Blindsided. Shady, don't overpromise.
Do I have that?
You gotta be upfront with us. Is there a chance that there's a blind marksman Ottoman Zatoichi? Does he shoot the flame off a candle? Better than a chance. Alright then.
What do you think, John?
I'll be right
Is this
here.
one of those look like? Do we? Is there a way of knowing if we have all the evidence for the case?
Well, normally the evidence thing will tell us, right? But I think part of the evidence they're expecting is
the guilty person?
yeah, us accusing someone of something.
I mean, maybe John challenging us that way let us know that we have the evidence that we're gonna have.
Yeah. I'm just like very sussy about this still being marked.
There's a blood trail. Oh,
What? Yeah, it was a blood trail. That's what brought us here to this basket.
no, I was just reading it. Because sometimes it helps to reread the clues. Blood-soaked shirt near a basket of clean laundry. The killer is in fresh clothes.
Yeah.
What's the question mark say?
Question mark.
The other clues.
Oh. The sign of the eagle is the question mark.
Okay. I'm looking for anything else that could give us an idea of who the killer is.
Let's see. You're aware of your position. Would you kindly pull up your trousers? Stop gallivanting. The Ottomans
think
live
that-
by their own rules. As long as we respect them, our fragile peace holds. There's, of course, the skilf scarf.
I'm really looking for things that would identify the killer.
So reins on edge. I know what I said before, but I was wrong. I want
Not
the life
this.
you promised. I'll be waiting by the entrance. And this is the profile.
Wait. We had some... Here we go. Stab wounds inflicted by a curved blade. Severe head trauma as a result of the fall. An empty knife sheath.
Yeah, so we found the knife.
Yeah, a curved knife.
Yeah.
Okay, that doesn't really tell us anything about...
yeah, it's how we
Like,
got
if
the
if
eagle.
the weapon has been ditched, then...
But we also know that the eagle
The
symbol...
killer must... Wait, that hourglass, the killer must still be bleeding.
Yeah, which is how we... but that's from the meeting place.
So it has to be the wounded guy.
True. True.
He's wounded, he's wearing clean clothes. That's our man. I wish it would tell us he's wearing clean clothes, but he doesn't have blood on them.
Oh, observe.
Observe.
Hello.
Oh.
Consumed by guilt.
Oh my gosh. Well, he's either our murderer or this is a man who just abandoned his family.
Oozing through the bandage. Empty sheath. Wow. I
Okay.
think this guy did it.
I feel like this could have been way easier
Hands are
than
shaking.
we were making it out to be.
Oh. Nice socks.
Yeah. Drip off the scale.
Hives.
Itchy.
Cool.
Sorry, I'm allergic to
Yeah, consumed by knife.
Marines.
Hands are shaking. So, culprit, judging by ornamental sheath, he's a sign of family, wearing a bloody bandage under his shirt due to a missing knife, and he's clearly the murderer. What the fuck is the on edge one? He's wearing a bloody, and due to the knife, he's clearly the murderer. Oh, people break out into hives when they're stressed.
Okay. Shady says, remember, Mycroft asked us to investigate and then report back.
We just found this guy in the street.
Oh.
We walked across a bridge and found a dead guy, I thought. But yeah, I think he's on edge. I don't think he's remorseful. Or maybe? What do you think?
Shaking is not really something a remorseful person does.
A spot out, damn spot?
I mean, that's not remorse. That's Lady Macbeth freaking out.
Yeah, from guilt.
She doesn't She doesn't feel. I don't know if it's from guilt. It's from fear of being caught.
Alright, we'll go on edge.
What are you staring at, you crazy woman?
Silently is...
Chase says, out, damn Spock.
Silently leave? Or make Mycroft mad?
Who knows? I mean, Shady knows, but...
Yeah.
Huh?
We won! Okay, wait, what did that new thing say? Oh yeah, Mycroft's request.
Yeah.
We did get a request from Mycroft.
So there's still evidence left.
Okay.
Can I look at you?
I'm busy.
No, I can't.
He's too busy to be looked at.
How do you even know I wanted to say anything? About you.
I'm busy.
We really need to get all the evidence
me be.
so we can present an open and shut case for our crappy older brother.
Oh. Wait.
You gotta take his portrait to Mr. Estivo. Of course we don't have all the evidence.
Can I photograph him?
What? I think we just need to describe him to Mr. Estivo.
But a picture's worth 1,000 words.
I think maybe the photographs are a mind palace thing. They don't make real photographs.
Yeah. Still thrown for why it's what evidence we're possibly missing.
Like, do you know it's at this location? Oh.
See?
Yeah, I see it now.
Yeah, there's the key evidence and then there's all evidence.
Well, let's remain here for another 45 minutes. Nothing will
Do you
get
think
between
they'd
us
mind
and
if
a
I washed
perfect
my shirt?
Sherlock run.
I haven't changed in days and I'm starting to smell.
Oh. John's a stinky tulpa. Surely it's this pot of laundry soup.
Is that what it is? Is that what that is? Is laundry soup?
Yeah, traditional Ottoman laundry soup.
Do you drink it?
Yeah. You let it cool, though. Oh, Shady says it's plausible you could only get all the evidence if you confront the guy. I wouldn't worry about it.
Oh, okay. Alright, let's go find Emilio Estevez. Where is that guy?
We'll trust you, Shady, but you will be held to account if we get to the end of this game and Pat's save file has like a 99.99% on it. He will. I've known him for a long time. I know how he'll respond. He will spiral into a deep depression.
I did 100% the treasure hunts, which means like I am part of 0.001% of players.
Shady says raise his fisticuffs. When Pat's morosely depressed, you're just gonna punch his shit.
Where the fuck's Estevez? Is it even marked? Is it even on my map? Do I just have to vibe it out?
That's true penal colony reasoning. You mean vibe out where? He's probably at the police thing, right?
No,
the police zone.
Because I got a bunch of.
He's doing.
I believe I got a bunch of these cases in like a public park.
Shady says, "Bro, I just crushed leg day. I will ruin you." At least Pat will experience a final moment of ecstasy being destroyed by powerful thighs. Shady says he's at the mansion.
Wait, he's at the mansion? Why would he be at the mansion?
I guess because Minecraft's at the mansion? I just said Minecraft.
Oh, our mansion.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love Minecraft. It's a shame about what happened to Nosh.
Nosh?
Yeah.
Nosh.
Mr. Holmes, I trust your mission was successful?
Successful is hardly the word I would use. Mark Ridley is dead.
What? How? Explain.
Blackmail was a ruse to kill Ridley, but I managed to track down the culprit. He comes from a very influential Ottoman family. All things considered, I chose not to turn him into the police.
I see. Your prudence is commendable, Mr. Holmes.
What will happen now?
I cannot tell. I'm just a piece on the board, same as you. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have to report to your brother immediately.
Honestly can't believe you let the killer go. I thought it was a joke till the very end.
Very funny that he's saying this as he gives me a thumbs up.
Yeah, he approves of your skill, but not of your ethic.
All right, let's get back to
For me, I don't know how good your memory is, Pat, but for me, we probably met that guy at least 2 weeks ago. Like, we got this whole mission at least 2 weeks ago. So my memory of meeting him is like something I experienced in a dream. So I had no idea what the stakes were for that decision. But I guess we committed a sin.
I told you about when I was playing the Sherlock Holmes Crimes and Punishments. I got a case from Minecraft, and I was supposed to choose between.
Please, it's pronounced Minecraft.
I was given the choice by Minecraft to like, oh, help me solve this thing, and it turns out like a bunch of guys from South America locked a bunch of guys from Mexico on a train and then sunk the train in a lake. And I went to the cops about it, and Minecraft was like, but our trade routes in our train routes in South America.
A fresh newspaper?
Oh. Yeah, I mean, I guess it like
I wish you pleasant
the
reading.
lore is pretty clear, at least so far, that Minecraft is working for the Enderman. He is a full-on Imperial stooge. He loves synthetic famines.
All right, we're going to a fancy art gallery. You know what that means? Nipples out.
Nippy's out. Time to be a Fallout character.
Now it's time to be a Fallout character.
This is
May
the
I
ensemble
ask
of
for your
the
assistance?
season.
Why are you talking to me? Go talk to your own kind.
Your own kind. Sexy Birdman. Go find another sexy Birdman to hang out with. Why don't you squawk passionately at each other, you little sexy Birdman?
Oh,
Mr.
yeah, this
Holmes,
guy.
You came. Oh,
Shades
how
his nips out
kind.
for Daddy
Though
Vogue.
now, of course, I realize it is because of
I
my
love that the
game,
dramatic
not
lighting
the
is
works on
lighting
display.
our plague mask.
It needn't be one or the other. Your man's disguise was easily debunked, Mr. Vogel, but I shall admit that you planted in me the seed of curiosity.
Ah, terrific! I had no doubt you'd put the pieces together. Let us call it an opening gambit before the real game begins.
So, this little game of yours, what's it about?
An enigma to
You're
solve.
looking at the first digital
A
painting
locked area
ever
in the
produced.
basement with no windows.
I
found
love how
written
her hat is
and
fucking up
marked.
the shot.
I have no clue how it was possible.
Yeah. You're mogging him.
What about this intrusion? What
You're
happened?
showing him
Last
that
night,
you're
I
more
was about to
artsy and
leave the
weird than
gallery
him.
when I heard a noise downstairs. I went to the basement, but I didn't see anything out of the ordinary. It was admittedly a rudimentary inspection. It is not uncommon to get rats down there, so seeing nothing of note, I left and locked up the building. When I returned this morning, alas, I discovered that part of the exhibition had been torched, and there was no sign of the intruder. The mystery being, of course, that all the doors to the gallery were locked exactly as I left them.
And the door to the basement is the only entrance.
Correct. Tell me you're not intrigued.
And this
I
locked
remember
area
this guy
downstairs,
being
what
more
exactly was it?
pervy.
The
Yeah,
under
but that was in
gallery.
the graveyard.
It's always shut, and I'm the only one with the key.
He's
So
only
this is
only
your
like that
private
in
collection, not
cemeteries.
part of the gallery.
Yeah.
Oh no! It's an
Voice
exclusive
gets more
exhibition of eccentric
stridently
pieces.
horny.
Only a select
As he gets closer
cadre
to
of
dead
artists,
bodies.
investors, and collectors are admitted. Not everyone deserves to have their eyes opened.
Well, this matter is certainly within my wheelhouse.
This intrusion troubles me.
Vogel
Please take a look around if you're
keeping
willing. The under
oath
gallery is through the
deep
door at the
girl
end.
boss.
I will see what I see.
Gaslight. Look at that cool drawing of Jesus.
Oh, I thought it was Jerry Garcia.
It's Jesus Garcia. He died for the sins of sexy birdmen.
You know what I got? I gotta say something. You know
What do you gotta say?
you know what this video game gallery is missing?
Saturn devouring his son.
Yeah! I was
That's right,
thinking
baby.
that. I was like, man, look at all these arts, but where's Saturn devouring his son?
The ultimate public domain painting. See, this is what we lose by our slow strangulation
You
of the
sure
public
you
domain.
don't like art?
There
Sherry?
should be many more Saturns devouring his son.
There should be Saturn's devouring Saturn's devouring. Ooh, look at this little cheeky.
Yep.
Look at this little cheeky thing.
Yeah.
You shouldn't. Listen.
Just barely ESRB compliant. Shady says, "Oh, you want the Saturn?"
But if
Holy shit.
if I try really hard, I can see it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
It reminds me when oh wow, it's that guy from What We Do in the Shadows.
Shady says to talk to John in front of the fern.
You sure you don't like art, Sherry?
Nice.
You sure you don't like art, Sherry?
The Origin of the World by Gustave Courbet. Yeah, man. Every time I think of that character in What We Do in the Shadows, God, what's his name?
Oh, I wasn't talking about Nandor. I was thinking how this kind of looks
Nandor.
like what's his name? Starts with a W. Jackie Daytona.
Oh. Laszlo.
Yeah, I was thinking how this kind of looks like Laszlo.
Yeah, I mean the cultural costume leans Nandor, but the face is Laszlo.
Yeah. That's how they met.
Every time I think of Nandor, though, I think of that scene where they're brainwashing they're mind wiping the principal over and over and over.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say when they were wiping the people at the gym over and over and over.
It's every time they do that, it's good. It's always good. That bit never dies. But specifically in that scene, Nandor has a banana and he's so charmed by it. It's just a perfect moment for that character. Shady asks, have I seen season 5 episode 2? I thought there were only two seasons. How many seasons are there? 3, 4, 5?
Is there? The new season just started coming out, and I don't know.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, then I haven't seen any of the
new season.
Yeah, me neither. I think I've seen all of season 4. Let me make sure. Yes.
Yeah, that's the one with the club, with the blood fountain.
Uh-huh. Yeah, the one I'm talking about is season 4, episode 5, where they're dealing with private school admissions process.
Because of fucking baby Colin.
Oh my god, it's so good.
I miss him.
Back home, we've got a taxidermist. He's gonna have a heart attack when he sees what I bring him.
Yeah, Shady, there's like a 20% chance that I'll catch up on
A
what we do in the
simplistic attempt at
shadows.
provocation.
I'm far more likely to just wait until all of the season 5 episodes are out and then have like a what we do in the shadows weekend. That's usually how I consume TV.
I don't know how. I don't remember if they're doing it weekly or not. They might be.
What's
Old and hasn't been used for a long time.
There's only like 3 episodes out, so I assume they're doing it weekly. Oh, 2 episodes a week. An interesting schedule. I'm glad that they got. I guess would
the left step's
they
length
be
is shorter than the
affected
right.
by the WGA
Indicates that the walk
strike?
was lame.
Yes, after this show is aired.
Right. I'm glad they got it out before the WGA strike. I'm glad I have a little bit of
a true artist never
trickle
shows an unfinished
of
piece.
good television to enjoy while preparing to suffer in solidarity.
Yeah. I've been seeing Netflix getting really desperate by putting more and more European shows and pretending they're it's the other video game painting.
Man on Rock.
Yeah, that's famously this is called Man on Rock.
Sherry.
So this
about some
guy's just a
company in that
goth.
dreary chamber of yours.
Leave a handprint of the thing from another world. But it looks fresh, and its coal origin ruins the effect of the extra mundane.
Sherlock's hard to please. Sherlock's like a black metal fan who will only listen to black metal by people who have killed other people.
Sodden and mold-ridden. One presumes deliberately.
Hell yeah! It's a comment on the hero's journey.
It's the sodden, mold-ridden monomyth. At the end of the journey,
Coal
the hero
fingerprints.
returns home and then
I think we're
turns
looking for a
into
man
mold.
with a coal moustache.
We're looking for Krampus.
Coal fingerprints. I think we're looking for a man with a coal moustache.
Someone who's really been hitting the coal mill card.
What am I missing?
What are you missing?
Oh, there it is.
Oh, the
a
brand.
Malparbot.
Just got to get that Pall Mall reference in there.
Ugh, sheer vandalism. Only an ignorant person could do such a thing.
An ignorant person made out of coal.
Only an ignorant person would ruin my local goth club. The chain is fragile for paintings.
Wow, look at my mind palace.
Tuesday says Joseph Campbell's famous How to Write a Star Wars. Where in the monomyth do you get the medals? What part of the monomyth do they hang a medal on a Wookiee?
I think like the craziest part of what is it? Something face of many masks. Hero
Mask of many faces. Hero of many masks. Mask of heroes.
The masks.
Fate stay night.
There's like a whole weird diatribe about women in that. That's very strange.
The parasites of creativity.
It was written in the 1970s.
Or just a reflection of the artist's recreational interests.
Yeah, probably either 70s or late 60s.
Saturn devouring his son. Oh, grim composition.
We found
I'm
it.
flinching in its ferocity.
Dragon Mask 2 Heroes.
Beautiful.
We found it.
There it is.
There he is.
There it is.
It's a video.
There's the boy!
Proof that we're playing a video game.
This year I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna be him for Halloween.
How are you gonna bulk up?
I'm not gonna. It's gonna be an intentionally shitty costume. And it's the hero with 1,000 faces.
I like mine better.
It was published in 1949.
Yeah.
So he was pretty far ahead of the curve for like critical theory books that get an inexplicable level of popular acceptance. Shady says I can send you my leg day routine. I would love to be a thick thighs Saturn. A Saturn with a really awesome butt. A caked up Saturn. But man, 1949 especially, it's not surprising that there would be weird stuff about women in there. I'm reading Understanding Media, the Marshall McLuhan book. And yeah, there's some weird stuff about East Asia in there. Does he use the term Oriental? Oh, yes, he does.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, he does.
Close with a metal bolt.
I wish he'd Saturn my face. Good God.
Footprints. Size 9.5.
Score marks. This must have been from his cramped
Can you pin that message?
Yeah, I can. Yeah, I can. Boom.
Oh wow.
Why is it working?
I was meant to be paying attention to what order this went in.
It's not letting me pin it.
You have pinned it.
Okay, good. It's just the mod view isn't updating. Alright, we got the dummy guys. He's... Of course there's scratches on the metal. He's got wooden hands. Scratchy wooden hands. I do love that there was a diegetic explanation for the dummy guy. The Crypt Keeper looking over his macabre tableau.
I should probably look at what he said he did. Is that here?
No.
No, it's not here. Rooms are named in the honor of other decadent artists. Someone left a coal handprint.
The skeleton had only been slightly moved.
So you don't like this?
Well, it's just this must have been a petite Krampus.
Yeah, his shoe size is 9.5.
That's bigger than my shoe size.
Yeah, that's also bigger than my shoe size.
It's a petite Krampus with big feet. A Krampus of clown dimensions. Okay. So it looks like there's just two interpretations of this. We can either blame Vogel or blame the Krampus.
Yeah, I also love this one.
Really orchestrating
but
it.
that doesn't explain the inside scratches.
No, it does not.
Or the shovel.
What does explain the scratches?
Someone trying to push it out. Probably like kicking it open.
Push it out with their claws? So we're accepting this as a Krampus. Shady says Clown Krampus was such a good movie.
Yeah, well, the problem I have here is that we know that it's a coal handprint.
Yes, and the handprint, like where it's located, is on the inside, not on the edge. Not where you would grab it if you were opening it from the outside.
We'll try it.
The intruder entered
All right.
the basement through the coal chute. He used a magnet to open the hatch bolt. He accidentally pushed a shovel to the floor. Vogel heard the noise. At the sound of his approaching footsteps, the intruder hid inside the coffin. When Vogel entered the basement, he failed to notice anything strange and left without properly checking.
So how did
The
he get
intruder
out?
waited until Vogel had
He's
left the
the
caravanserai
skeleton.
before burning the
He
paintings
died.
in Wild's room. But the
He
vandalism
died
was a
and
cover for
decomposed
the theft.
super fast.
there anything else we can interact with down here? I don't think so. Wait.
John just doing visual gags. The Oh Wild Room. Is that shark a reference to that young British artist guy? What's his name?
I thought you were gonna say Jaws. I noticed that he's too small and not in Maine.
But. Damien Hirst?
Man, isn't that Damien Hirst also that guy who did that fucking weird hotel room?
Yes. Damien Hirst sold out as hard as he possibly could. I mean, his whole objective was to sell out.
A true artist
So,
never shows an unfinished piece.
It's hard to even describe it as selling out. Shady says Dr. Great White Sharkington. Which I wish that was Damien Hirst's alias. Yeah, Hearst got really deep into NFTs. It was ugly.
Didn't we all?
Didn't we all?
Pieces are
yeah.
not
We
what
all
I
lost
expected.
millions on the
What
NFT
do you think
market.
my collection is about?
I don't think it's really about decadence because of all the skeletons.
I don't know, man.
Decay is the obvious one, right? Because of the painting.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't see how the painting would be about death other than
Yeah, let's say.
just that the painting
Extravagant
will
paintings have
inevitably
been
decay
left to rot
nothing.
in a basement. A commentary on decay and the crumbling of society, correct?
Yeah,
I
Shady
don't know.
Hirst made a
That's
series
absurd.
of NFTs.
Of course you know, it's your gallery.
There is
Probably
no
several
one answer,
series.
no singular
Because he
truth,
also
but
did that
many
album cover.
filtered through the subjective mind. That
I
forgetting,
think for-
embellishing, and
yeah, for
lying
Drake.
machine. Besides, what's wrong with a lie if it makes life more interesting?
What's wrong with a lie? It corrupts the ability of others to behave
see.
freely and rationally.
Men never
Yeah,
act
so he's got
freely
the-
and
he's got,
rationally anyway. It matters not what is
a
or
bunch of
isn't in the
NFTs
end.
of
The only important
these
thing
little
is how you
dot.
feel. And I simply
think
want
they're
to feel and
prints
consume
that
as
he
much as I
made.
can. Don't you?
Feelings are simply one's animal ancestry trying to
And then he
wrest
set fire
back
to the
control of the
originals,
brain.
I
I try
think.
to avoid the distraction.
You try not to feel, even in a place like
Scum.
this? None of it moves you?
To be frank, I struggle to
Yeah, Shady,
maintain
sorry.
even a whit of interest in art.
But Mr. Holmes, it is joy incarnate, mankind's
'Cause, like,
greatest achievement.
Even though Hearst was
Mankind's
openly
highest achievement above all
sensationalist
others is
and
objective and rational thought.
always kind of
I see then
courting
why you dislike art.
notoriety in a
For
way
it means
that's a
whatever
little
you
bit
wanted to.
distasteful.
Or perhaps, Mr. Vogel.
I still think some of his
I was
work
lying.
was compelling. Like, you know, the series where he did like straight up dissected animals preserved inside huge blocks of plastic.
Oh yeah, that's the guy who did the thing that the Hannibal thing was based on.
Yes, yeah. I think you can certainly argue about the ethics of that piece, but I think it's hard to argue that it's not visually arresting and very memorable. Shady, were they formaldehyde tanks? I guess they were. Yeah. I thought some of them, like some of the slices, they were straight up in acrylic.
I mean, that's the thing about like the like most influential artists in general, right? Is that even if they become overrated or they like sully their own reputations or they had problematic shit about them, like there's still historically there's a context for why they were that way. Like you can't really deny something being unimportant in retrospect.
Sure. Yeah, I mean his historical
Mr. Vogel, my
significance
investigation has revealed that the
remains.
intrusion was not merely vandalism but theft. The limping visitor left your place with a canvas.
That's very impressive.
The intruder entered the basement through the coal chute. He used a magnet to open the latch and dislodged the shovel while doing so. That's the noise you heard yesterday. When you went downstairs to investigate, he hid in the coffin.
It seems I should have checked the space more thoroughly.
The fire was a clever attempt to hide a stolen painting, even if it didn't fool me. I found the remnants of an empty frame in the pile of ashes. The canvas had been removed. Do you know which paintings in the Wild Room may have interested a thief? Were any particularly expensive?
Those pieces belong to a well-known artist named Boniface Mercurio. They're controversial, but not of a notably high value.
This thief was familiar with the gallery, and he was sporting a limp. Do any of your clients or artists come to mind?
My, your attention to detail is remarkable, Mr. Holmes. I should introduce you to Bosch's works. Alas, I'm afraid I cannot suggest a culprit.
There's something more.
Show me the one with all the fucked up little guys.
I can see it in your eyes.
Indeed. There is another intriguing angle. I recently received an anonymous offer for one of Mercurio's works. The sum was more than fair, and indeed could have saved Mercurio from his artistic poverty. But he declined it.
Was it a performative whim? Some artists lionize pain and hardship as if their work would be worse after a meal and a hot bath.
I cannot tell. But not only did he refuse the deal, he insisted
Sherlock
on displaying the painting in the public space. I was hoping to change his mind, but artists are a special breed of stubborn.
God, I want a cut of My Dinner with Andre, and then it's like...
Wallace Shawn is dressed like a sexy Birdman.
Yes! Yes!
What was depicted in the piece?
A bound woman, wrapped in robes, being penetrated by a red devil that stared at us, the viewer. The beast had
That's
numerous tails
era-appropriate.
growing from his back, and a large crowd gathered around the pair, silently watching the orgiastic scene.
Okay, well, given the nature of the other works on display, it's hard to see why that one stood out. What could possibly be its value?
The evaluation of art is very subjective, Mr. Holmes. After all, art is everything. A poem, a bruise, the beads of sweat on your beloved skin. Even a masterfully solved crime.
I'm not sure I see the connection.
Regardless, the painting was one of a series called The Sabbath Night in Cordona. The works depict sex, violence, and other controversial acts that life, for better or worse, contains.
Ah, I see.
I'm not sure that you do, but that can wait for another time.
So where can I find Boniface Mercurio?
I know he lives somewhere in Old City, but couldn't be more specific. He's a prominent figure, so finding him shouldn't be a problem.
Well, I believe I have enough to begin. Thank you, Mr. Vogel. Your gallery certainly has unexpected depths.
I'm delighted to have been able to please a friend. In return, I expect you to come back with good news. Or at least with a good story.
Yeah, I don't care if you find that painting, he says.
Yeah, this would have been...
Yeah, you know, I'm gonna say something all evidence.
This would have been around the time that, like, Norman Lindsay was making work.
I'm gonna say something controversial, John.
What's up? What's your controversial take?
I think modern art is cool. And I think even when it's corny and lame, it's still kinda cool.
Why is that controversial? You're literally saying that the type of art that the art establishment seems to support is
Well, people
good.
always complain about, like, the toilet, you know?
That's because they don't know what the toilet is. The toilet is literally a joke about how, like, you could put anything in a museum and it becomes art.
Yeah. Oh god, who's the... Yeah, and then also people always complain about, fuck, what's his name? The one where it's like, Roth.
Shady
Rothko?
says, I'm gonna say something controversial. Hamburgers? I like them.
Well, I, like, have heard so many people complain about, like, Rothko's work.
I mean,
I
certainly...
think it looks cool.
You're right that it's a very stereotypical take to be like, modern art is degenerate and bad. But that's a stereotypical reactionary take, and it's reacting to the mainstream current of, hey, maybe this modern art stuff is worth exploring. Maybe not popular mainstream, but certainly in terms of who controls like gallery spaces and the culture of the arts mainstream. Yeah, I don't know. I guess the reason I reacted that way is because for someone like me who engages pretty frequently with a lot of forms of art, like modern art, both colloquial and academic, right? That conversation is very tired, and like of dubious like even value, because like a lot of the art that people bemoan the non-existence of, like photorealistic landscapes, trompe-l'oeil like displays of technique, beautifully composed historical paintings, those are still being made. It's just that other shit is also being made. And certainly there is the criticism I most empathize with is that the consumption and patronage of modern art by the very wealthy is Hey, Shady says no little book icon on this evidence. You're in the wrong place.
Oh, am I in the wrong archive?
John is so mad at you.
He's so mad at me.
The icon is not on the thing.
Research
like, look at the evidence you're looking at. What evidence do you have pinned right now? There's a little book.
Yeah, it's a little book.
There's a little book.
There's a little book. Research this in the archives.
No little book icon on this evidence in archives. So you're in the wrong place. Maybe like if you go into the archive menu, it'll show you if it shows a different thing that shows you if it's the right archive. Like, I mean, go to the archive desk. Yeah, okay. See, the icon doesn't show up here.
Weird.
So that means you're at the wrong desk.
I'll try in the newspaper. I just, like, you know, I thought I could go to City Hall and be like, give me the personal address of this man.
Right, as I was saying, the criticism I most empathize with is the criticism of the structures of demand in the art world that perhaps create an outsized supply of highly abstract modern art because of the extremely rarefied, like, class of consumers that exist in art, but that's actually always been a problem.
Yeah, you couldn't be a peasant in medieval Europe and see art.
Yeah, well, you could go to a cathedral. Cathedrals were public spaces in the medieval world, and extremely accomplished artists.
All the newspapers are
created
sold out.
Work for the cathedral setting, so that's not entirely true. Certainly, there were not really like public museums. And if you wanted to see any kind of secular art, you had to be in someone's house.
Mr. Holmes, I have something for you. Mr. Holmes, I see what you're up to. Mysterious stranger pursues betrothed woman. But please, let us keep things professional. I have in my possession an envelope containing details of a special assignment for you. Tell me, are you interested?
I believe I am, but to be very clear, Miss Sertle, my interest extends to the message and not the messenger.
So he claims he's not a gal sneaker, seducing women everywhere he goes. Perhaps the truth is even more scandalous?
Please spare me the speculation. Return to the matter at hand.
A gang of smugglers, the Eels, have Codona in their clammy grip. The British Empire can abide it no longer. Mycroft insists they be disbanded.
Bro.
But this organization only falls with the capture of their odious leader, Friedrich Panzer. And note well, I did say capture, not
Friedrich
kill.
Panzer is a
Inside
hell
your
of a
envelope
name.
is a map marked with the Eel's warehouses. But alas, we
Damn,
do not
he'll
know in which
go on
Friedrich Panzer
to invent
resides.
the Panzer tank.
So even
Oh, no.
Mycroft has his limits.
Indeed. You must be sure to identify the correct warehouse before entering, because once one is compromised, the other's occupants will scatter. Here are all the files.
Miss Ertle, if you're quite done with the redundant
Well, that's perfect. Tortured hero lashes out after rejected romance. Tomorrow's edition will be a sensation.
I'm gonna say something controversial.
Okay. What's your next controversial take? I'm excited for this.
I think Sherlock Holmes should be allowed to fuck.
I have no opinion on whether Sherlock Holmes gets to have sex or not. Actually,
So Netflix has been doing the like YA Enola Holmes movies, in which Henry Cavill, you know, the buff Superman guy, is Sherlock Holmes.
okay.
And
Does he fuck?
He doesn't fuck because it's all about like a teen girl. But I think
Shady
he should
says
fuck.
Shady says he's allowed to, but in that era, gay people had to be extremely on the down low, which sensible point.
Yeah. Here's the thing, though. Here's my pitch.
What's your pitch?
I want, like, decadent, orgy, pansexual nightmare Sherlock Holmes.
You want Sherlock Holmes as the god Pan.
I want Sherlock Holmes in his slut era.
Okay. Sherlock Bones.
Yeah.
I support that.
Yeah.
I think that's something you're allowed to want.
Yeah.
Shady responds to the discussion of modern art with, I think, generic hotel room modern art utterly dull, but great modern art moves me more than anything classical. I would much rather be in Tate Modern than the endless portraits of the 1600s.
Yeah,
I think
I read that message and I was thinking about, but like, what if someone got all of the portraits of really weird looking guys together? Like the weirdest guys.
All of the extremely middle-aged looking baby Jesuses. Like Habsburg Jaws.
This like the 1600 portraits. We curate the weirdest looking guys who got them done.
Yeah, I mean, like, there are curated collections of that, mostly online. Yeah, Shady says there are exceptions. I think that's getting sort of closer to the actual, dimension of the question, right? Is like is this art accomplishing what it sets out to do, and is what it set out to do worthwhile, right? Because like I can certainly think of classical pieces that are intensely emotionally effective, right? Like I've seen the Pietà in person, and as much as trads, people who have like no aesthetic sense but feel a cultural affinity for classical art, like as much as they tend to glorify technique and the ability to reproduce realistic images, the Pietà is actually an intensely distorted sculpture. Like it's very famous in art criticism for how exaggerated the dimensions of like Mary and Jesus are. Right?
I remember us going to the Menil, which is like this free fine art museum in Houston, and they had all those stolen like Russian Orthodox paintings from like the
icons.
The icons. Those were cool.
They had a huge hall of icons.
And they I remember getting to see them before they had to give them all back to the country that they were robbed from.
And they also don't conform to the kind of culture war depiction of the continuum of art history, right? Like icons they are heavily caricatured. They're closer to the style of comic books than realism.
The Jesus looks like the fucked up version of that Jesus painting where that lady had to repaint Jesus. And he looks like a little monkey guy.
Yeah, yeah, and like a lot of those are effective because those are in the era they were produced very close to what you might call like colloquial art, right? Like public art, even more so than like statuary at cathedrals. You might see an icon in a very like not very rich person's house, like a merchant class urbanite, maybe even a wealthy peasant. The continuum of wealth of peasant more complex than it's often made out to be. It's a different discussion. So, and I think the extremely high level of development of that colloquial visual language comes through when you see a bunch of icons lined up in a row, and it's very powerful.
Art's cool, man.
Exactly.
They should keep making it.
These are the sorts of discussions that are worth having. The like extremely reductive and reactionary binary of like, was art better in the past or is it better now is deeply uninteresting and like so reductive that it lacks almost any meaning.
You know who I don't have a problem saying fuck you to?
Who?
The guy who's famous for, like, 1960s artist who was famous for basically blowing up comic prints.
Oh. You're talking about, starts with the name Lindbergh? What was his name? Liechtenstein. You don't like Liechtenstein?
No. Because it annoys me. Right? Because
you mean like because as a comics fan, the idea of someone taking it upon themselves to elevate comic art to the gallery is offensive to you?
Yeah, I mean, it's like the premise of the art as he presents it feels inherently condescending to its subject, right? By reframing it this way, we're elevating low art to high art,
right?
And
it feels presumptuous. Have you read like anything Liechtenstein has said about his art?
No.
Because frequently with artists like that, artists whose method or like whose primary thesis seems really reductive or presumptuous, frequently if you read their like statements about their art, you find that that sense of presumption is something that was acquired in kind of the later cultural response to the art. It wasn't the intention behind the art itself. I don't know if that's true for Liechtenstein. I've never taken a big interest in it.
The flip side to that, though, is, like, he's literally not, like, the thing with that series of his art is that they are actual strips, they are actual images pulled from comic books, too.
Yeah.
And none of those people... Like, a Liechtenstein's, like, gonna sell for a couple mil. Like, Jack Kirby, who was, like, a frequent person copted for Liechtenstein, like, Liechtenstein would cop from. He didn't see shit.
I mean, I don't know if it's really fair to blame Roy Liechtenstein for the unfairness of the economy.
What do you mean?
It would have been nice of him to give a cut.
I think he should have given a cut.
Yeah, I think that would have been ethical of him.
Yeah, I guess, like, to me, like, of course, in the ideal world, IP law does not exist. But to me, like, my read is that it's like, I don't know if he is technically transformative enough with that, often with those pieces, to go...
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, especially because it's like...
Ow!
Though
you know a lot of them are, like, printed on steel sheets and stuff.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And I think reproduced by hand, like, even the screen tone texture.
Sure.
There's a certain amount of it that I think is, like, process art. I'm not a huge fan of Liechtenstein, so I kind of agree with a lot of these criticisms.
And also just, like, the fact that people had to do art history to figure out what he pulled from where, because that's just never surfaced in the work. Where am I going? Hermes Avenue, Skyline State.
Okay, so the cartoon image thing was a phase in his art that only went from 1961 to 65.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
That's why I said that series specifically.
Yeah.
Because it's kind of like associating Warhol with the soup can, right? Like, that's a very specific work in, like, a very long career of actual diverse outputs.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I think a lot of the pop artists tend to get short shrift, and to a certain degree,
Excuse
the
me,
movement
young man, where
deserves
do you
it
think you're
because of
going?
what it kind of
Greetings, Mom. I'm looking for the...
I
Yeah,
don't
because
care who you're
that's
looking
really
for. You
at
shall
the
not
precipice
pass. No
of,
visitors
like,
allowed.
the modern
I wish
New
to buy a
York
painting from
fine
Mr.
art
Boniface
scene,
Mercurio.
right?
Is he at home?
Of
Dearie.
that kind of,
Tell me, because old
you know,
age has
the
made
money
me blind.
laundering operation.
Did someone write
that
information
fine art
bureau on my
became.
forehead?
Like,
Because
those,
I'm not
like,
here to
their work
answer
is
your
on the
questions.
precipice of that.
Entries for residents only.
It's
If you
it's
aren't
so
a resident, please leave.
the pop art
or I
movement
shall
was so
report you to the
seminal and
police.
so vital to defining the current art moment that it's like it's unfair to only give it credit for the bad things that came out of it, right? Certainly pop art is directly in the
Look.
lineage of like the obnoxious art bears or like Funko Pops, right? But at the same time, it's also in the lineage of like home risograph studios and artists getting into zines and stuff. Like the DIY movement arose partially as a reaction to pop art.
Yeah. Look, I just feel bad because, look, man, I just feel bad because Jack Kirby, he was broke.
Yeah, Kirby got really shafted. But I think there are people who are more directly responsible for Kirby's poverty than
Yeah, but you know, every
the pop
little
artist.
every little bit helps, you know.
Every little bit of blame we can throw around. Yes, I mean I totally agree that it would have been it was unethical of Liechtenstein to make use of Kirby's work without trying to
visitors allowed.
pay Kirby
Wow.
back in a way.
Yeah, I mean,
You don't. You need to switch the eye that the eye patch is on. We've been talking about not the game for a while.
Yeah, the thing is that I'm not as tanned and unkempt as a bohemian artist, so I guess I need this up.
You need to
more.
max out the bum slider. Artists all look like Jack Sparrow. Is the real puzzle, the real solution. Yeah, put on your Keffia. Put on your Call of Duty Black Ops Keffia.
Wait, what did I do to make it go negative so hard? Oh, I changed. My outfit changed.
Probably your fancy cop uniform.
Mm-hmm.
What are you trying to max out?
Hobo.
There we go. You might have already been in there.
I was at like 2/3. I was almost at half. I was slightly under half.
Okay, Shady says you're not being generic with this costume. You need to look like a resident.
Yeah, I thought I tried that by
Gotta look disheveled, tan.
Yeah. There's a double disheveled shirt.
Is there a brown face you can put on? Can you brown face it up?
Yeah, I thought like I went in like this.
Needs more tan.
Do I not look tan?
Check your makeup.
There's not a there's unfortunately not a brown face.
Darn. Shady says hit the shops. Hit the shops.
Wow.
Gotta go on a shopping trip. Shady, there's not that many like super famous modern portrait artists. Maybe are you thinking of Lucian Freud?
Nice of. Let's pick something that suits you.
Oh, this game is so sneaky when it puts something in a shop again. Oh, I can only no, I gotta look down.
A good choice.
Or you may not be thinking of someone who's particularly famous in modern art. Yeah, modern art portraiture is very interesting though. That's one of those domains where there's a very clear line of continuity to what people kind of tend to label as like palatable classical art, and it sort of blurs the dichotomy, the classical modern dichotomy.
Now this also, I gotta point out, this is Sherlock Holmes in his slut era.
Yeah, this is Sherlock Bones.
Hey, have you seen this man?
Creepyish portraits by a well-known artist, vaguely religious or saint name. Wait, what were you trying to show me?
Have you seen this man?
Hawking. Sherlock Bones has seen that man. He's seen him every night.
No visitors allowed.
You're not happy?
You're not thinking of Francis Bacon, are you? Francis Bacon has done portraits. He's actually done a portrait of Lucian Freud, and I think Freud did a portrait of him, which is why I thought of him after Freud. But that's not really a religious name.
Sweetie, is that you? Ah, old age does terrible things to one's sight. I didn't recognize you at first.
How are you, Mum? I'm ashamed to admit that I've lost my key. Do you have a spare?
For heaven's sake, how many times will you lose that key of yours? Of course I have a spare. You artists all live in your own little world.
Please, accept my thanks.
I would rather accept your rent.
Her line
You promised to pay me several
about
weeks ago,
artists
and I'm
living
still
in
waiting.
their own little world.
I will pay you, I promise,
just,
very
like,
soon.
Gave
You'd
me
better do,
flashbacks
my
to that
dear.
I think you should
Or
leave
else I'll
skit.
just change the lock.
Yeah.
And I won't fall
Where
for
they see
those
through the guy's
cow
eyes and there's
eyes.
just a volcano.
Yeah. Katie was thinking of Bacon in his studies of popes. Yeah. Yeah, Bacon's work is really... Have you ever seen a photo of Bacon's studio?
Me?
Either of you. Either you or Shady.
Oh, hey, he's dead.
Oops. Oopsie poopsie.
No,
The blood has dried.
Why? Is it fucked up? Is
I've
it
heard
like
of this
a
style of
fucking
painting.
Batman
It's
lair?
called
Oh my god.
expressionism.
It's an absolute mess. It looks like a hoarder's apartment. His studio is frightening to look upon.
So, when is Francis Bacon? Because that name sounds like an old person.
I wonder where he got that
That's
fancy
because
camera.
there are... you're thinking of a different Bacon.
Yeah, I'm thinking of the sailor.
Despite the overall tendency towards mess, you cannot sit with the drawer pulled out like this. Someone left it after searching.
You're thinking of the philosopher and statesman Francis Bacon, first Viscount of St. Alban.
It appears the wine was truly awful.
So you're saying he is not doing these portraits of popes?
No, this is a different Francis Bacon. No, the Francis Bacon who's doing
Aunt May
the
whiskey,
studies of
brandy
popes
bucks.
is
Quite a collection he had here.
I think he might still be alive.
The chest has been
he died in
searched.
1992. Oh yeah, he was born in 1909. He's way older than I thought.
Only
he was.
90s kids will remember this.
Red skin,
Only 90s
tails
kids
on the
will
back.
remember the
Reminds me
death of
Verda's
Francis
description
Bacon.
of the
Bro,
stolen
get this
painting.
guy a Dan, we need to go back in time and give this guy a Vertigo contract.
Red
Yeah,
skin,
Shady
tails on
says
the back.
Bacon was working,
Reminds me of Verda's
uh,
description of the stolen painting.
in the 50s, which would be around. That sounds right. That's around the same time that like Cy Twombly was working, and Bacon and Twombly have some commonalities.
Judging by post-mortem rigidity, the body lay here for 1 or 2 days. The wound is precise. It was inflicted by a razor or a knife. Soaked in blood. It seems as if the puddle of blood was here before the rags.
That's weird.
It's no wonder he didn't show up for his date with Sherlock last night. His evening with Sherlock Bones. Is his leg broken? Was that a clue? Or is that's
No, I think he just fell.
The pants. Uh-oh. This looks dangerous.
Could be the murder weapon.
He missed his ear.
A normal kitchen knife.
Oh. He could have been an extremely famous artist if only he had been a little more accurate with that knife.
Anything in the toilet? Oh, hell yeah! Skull next to the toilet. I hold
ram skull.
I hold it while I shit.
The photograph was not pulled out in time.
I look into the skull's
Wasted
eyes
material.
every time I take a crap.
Wow, look at that. What is this? Sleep no more?
Nice. This is a cool party.
Look at this, John. Isn't it our stolen demon?
I love that. Yeah. Let me lay down in the blood. Alright, let's see what's going on here. Someone rifled through that.
It is a little fucked up that you're investigating this man's murder while dressed like him. Looking at my art.
No, we know it was rifled through.
Yeah.
Ooh, hold on. Is that blood? We found a bottle of wine shattered with a frame of blue cloth fibers on it, which is his shirt right now, I think. No. Oh. No, I think his shirt is white still.
Yeah. At least it is in your cosplay of him. Oh my god.
What? I love this. He kills himself and then crawls over here.
Yeah. He's trying to get to the skull. He realizes he has to take a shit as he's dying. So he's trying to get to the skull one last time. Is there anything that would tell us which of those three is happening?
What do you mean?
Like, is he...
So kitchen knife.
Bruises on his knuckles.
So which indicates that, you know, he fought back.
Kitchen knife and bloodied rags. No, the guy tried to save his life. Bloodied rags.
Well,
he was trying to staunch the bleeding.
But why?
Because it didn't mean to kill him. Probably.
Oh,
a lot of people don't mean to commit murder when they commit murder.
Alternative, yeah. It's interesting. Rifles through this. He fights back.
He gets attacked.
Yeah. Because the guy goes back here, pinned up against the wall. They tussle.
Yeah, he cuts him with a knife, and then he freaks out because he didn't want to kill him. I mean, it makes sense, right? If he values this person's art enough to
Mercurio heard him
steal
coming.
Probably
While the
doesn't want to
thief
kill
was
him.
searching the chest, the painter ran towards him with a bottle in his hand. He smashed it across the thief's
Shady
head.
says all my
the intruder
murders
had
today
no
have been
choice but to
deliberate.
defend himself.
Is that why
and
they
the
sent you
weapon
to
of
New Zealand?
opportunity happened to be a
Put you on a island
Mercurio
with
stepped
fewer
aside
people.
to grab the painting, but the wine-blinded thief attacked Mercurio's throat. When the thief came to his senses, he saw Mercurio bleeding on the floor, He grabbed the rags and tried to bandage him, but it was too late.
I hate
Why
when that
did
happens to
Mercurio
me.
attempt to snatch the painting in the middle of a fight? To strike the intruder? Not with his painting, it was too important to him.
Katie says it would make more sense if I was still in Australia.
I've seen Nightingale. Fucked up shit still happened in New Zealand.
Got one of those cameras with the telescoping thing, the accordion body. I wish I could still have one of those.
Really?
But I want to have one that's not also as inconvenient as one of those cameras was.
What? Interesting.
Shady says, have you seen Mr. Organ? Daca from last year.
No.
Journalist David Ferrier finds himself in a game of cat and mouse with a mysterious stranger. Exploring further, he discovers a series of court cases, royal connections, and ruined lives.
It's time for some chemical magic, John.
Focusing on the life of Michael Organ, an enigmatic figure associated with an antique store and car clamping business in Ponsonby, Auckland, and Ferrier's attempts to learn more about his life. Is this just about like a small town tyrant, like a horrible man? For lack of a better word, just a crappy guy. Ferrier described the documentary's production as a difficult ordeal, stating that it sucked. It fucked me. If I had my time again with this, I guarantee you I would not do it.
Wait, so who made the doc?
Ferrier. Like, the guy who made the doc is saying, this sucked. Yeah, Shady says, what if a sociopath decides to make a journalist his toy? Quite compelling.
But that reminds me of that other documentary, Imposter, where the entire premise is that the person who is the subject of it is manipulating the documentary for his own goals.
Great.
Yeah, it's about this guy who...
Oh, this is the one about Frederic Bourdon.
Yeah, the European freak.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whoa.
As the documentary progresses, spoilers for the gimmick, he starts trying to convince us that that the family he has inserted himself into killed the child he's pretending to be.
Oh my god. Yeah, there's a certain type of documentary that follows around people who have discovered the secret to generally just getting what you want in life, which is being an absolute monster to other people. And like the documentarians who make those films, I do not envy them.
Yeah, like remember the fucking Act of Killing? Like imagine having to hang out with those guys.
Yeah, and the Act of Killing, you know, the subject matter was extremely horrible, but the treatment that the documentarians received wasn't quite so horrible as in some of these other productions, right? Like,
right, yeah, that's the reverse, right? That's the reverse situation where it's like you're having to fucking...
He says this is the wildest way to solve this puzzle. Patrick's, he's got a beautiful mind. I just like to let him do whatever he wants.
Look, they let me.
It's so incredible how you are absolutely solving those puzzles by making one decision at a time. You're not looking at what you have available and seeing what holds together best. You're just picking something and then drawing arrows to something else and then picking a third thing. Like,
yes.
Oh man.
Yes, I did take the positive red 3, run it through 2 of the drippers until it was 1, and then ran that through the reverse to make it -1.
The brain is a powerful computer.
That doesn't look like the painting we need,
but not an accurate one.
As expected, but that doesn't mean it won't tell us anything. Let's put it on red skin, tails
Shady
on the back.
says, I assure you
Reminds
the
me of
mind is
Werder's
not
description of the
beautiful.
stolen painting.
Oh shit, he was telling me something. We need to place it on the easel.
Yeah, you gotta put it on there so you can finish it.
I guess this is his most ordinary
Get,
painting.
get the bathroom
Spot
skull.
the 2 differences, John?
Skull.
There's apparently 2 differences. But you're just so focused on the bathroom skull.
I love the bathroom skull.
This
monster was
This is
actually
giving me
mad.
powerful
Poor girl.
Francis York Morgan vibes.
John, you ought to be thrilled. We are now hunting the devil himself.
That's crazy.
What were you saying, Sherry? I was too busy sketching the scene, you know, crimes and such like, daily routine. Did you find something?
A photograph. It depicts a man in a red suit with tails sprouting from his back and multiple people in masks watching the scene. It all adds up. But the act of love, it wasn't given willingly, John. It was a violation. And the girl,
Yeesh.
she was with child.
Give that to me now. Did you recognize someone?
No. Although the victim is not from Cordona, she is African. Look at the ritual scars on her face.
Get that image out of your brain. You have to continue the investigation.
I must speak to the landlady. Perhaps she saw or heard something.
Sherry, you cannot tell her the truth about Mercurio. It will hurt her.
John, that's illogical. Sooner or later, she will come here and discover a corpse, and I still need to talk to her.
Just avoid
that true,
mentioning
Sherlock?
corpse. All right? Stick to the character. Tell her to call the police.
I'll take that into account.
And wait here. I've redrawn the people in the photograph. Now you can proceed with your investigation without those horrific details.
Sherlock, what if you pretended to be this guy for the rest of your life for the landlady's sake?
Nothing behind it.
I guess there was only one difference, and it was the skull.
Well, we haven't collected all of the evidence yet.
Oh, maybe there's a second difference we need. Wait.
Though it might
Didn't
be...
just turn yellow?
No,
Okay.
the yellow means that there's still some.
Right, green means we're done.
Yeah, I probably need to talk to the lady.
Yeah, it's probably just the lady.
What's wrong, dear? You look like you've seen a ghost.
You should just bring the corpse down. Be like,
Can you tell
notice
me
the
if anyone
resemblance?
else has recently entered the flat?
Oh, you're talking about that limping man. I'm sorry I let him in. I was scared. And I thought maybe he would motivate you to find money so that you would pay your rent. No offense, dear.
Can you describe him?
Oh, so you weren't at home. I was so certain you didn't leave your flat that day. He was of average height, had a limp and a tattoo on his neck, and he was smoking Malpal cigarettes. My husband used to smoke those. They have a horrible smell I can recognize from a mile away.
Okay, so that may be the same person in the basement of Vogel's house.
Yeah, because who also had a limp.
Can I ask a favor?
I was waiting for it to be
course,
like,
dear.
he was
Please
covered
call
in
the
coal.
police and ask them to enter the flat. And
He was a man made
was-
out of
don't
coal.
look inside until they come
It
up.
was a Krampus.
What trouble have you stepped in this time?
It really doesn't matter. Thank you, Mum.
Now walk up and go, I'm so sad. I'm so sad. I would hate it if I can't live anymore. I
would
so
hate it
sad.
if I were to be murdered right now. I like that we're sparing this lady's feelings when her desire to get her rent contributed to this man's death.
I did that to make John happy.
Yeah, John loves landlords.
Sherry, that was close. But you did everything correctly.
Though I am extremely curious about the photograph.
The devil man.
Well, like, because he's like, don't look at it.
I think he just doesn't want you thinking about how sad.
Looking at the dead body. I don't want you to think about sad stuff, Sherlock.
Take off your outfit. I can't let you walk around in a dead man's clothes.
I own these clothes.
Dead people can't be sad. They're not allowed to feel sad.
Wow. Defaulted me. I'll show you.
I'll show you a candy-colored clown they call the Ice Cream Man. Nice. You look like a One Piece character.
I'll be king of the pirates. And also have an extremely tragic backstory.
Yeah. Your daughter died and then you ate the hat fruit.
Well, that's so interesting. I wonder...
Ask people about this lady.
She's from Africa. Do I have any African
You have
outfits?
to go to Africa. Yeah, put on a dashiki. You gotta Nancy Pelosi it.
Yeah, I was gonna say, is there there's some black things?
Jesus Christ. One of the most poisoned images Hugh has ever posted in the chat is that one with Nancy Pelosi, like, in semi-transparency, like, laid over an African savanna, and someone's edited a lip disc onto her.
Oh no, I didn't see this, and I'm very pleased that I didn't.
Oh my god, it's foul.
Oh, what is
it was right after the
people
house
around me.
dashiki incident.
Do you know anything about this?
I have no idea why you think I could help you.
I'm just asking someone local.
Selam.
Excuse me, just one question.
What a coincidence. I only learned of this recently myself.
Scars on the girl's face seem to be that of Yu's ethnic group tribe. The only place you can find them is a refugee camp under the Victorian Bridge. So, Silverton up here. Lower Bridge. Between Scaladio. How do you think these refugees will react to me? Positively?
I mean, it depends on whether you use your devil fruit powers to help them with the crisis or not. Maybe there'll be...
Oh, great.
Maybe there'll be... Oh, no.
Hope I'm not walking into something racist.
Yeah, you hear a British lady saying beasts outside a refugee camp, you're in for a bad time.
Murderers!
They're completely livid.
First they come to our land, then they murder
Don't mind
our
me,
people.
I'm Sherlock Holmes.
Sir, this place is off
What
limits
the
to
hell
the public.
was that? Who was
Please
that?
state your business
What?
or leave, or I shall request
Fucking
the police escort
Figment
you out.
was talking about how they come to our land and then murder our people.
My name is Sherlock Holmes. I'm a private investigator. I'm looking for a witness for a case.
A private investigator? Really? Even so, you're not authorized. I can't let you in.
And you are?
This man's
I'm
got
Ronald Harlow,
his whole skin is
here to
coated
handle
with
the
a thin
refugee
layer of
situation on
earwax.
behalf of City Hall.
Oh, I'm glad I didn't say I'm
acting
from City
supervisor
Hall.
here,
So
so I
he'd
have
be like,
full
I'm
authority
from
here
City
to ask
Hall.
you to leave, or I shall order the police to detain you.
Okay, then I shall observe.
Pale bags.
A vampire. Old man.
Look at those lips. Kissable. Slight mustache.
Mm.
Because he's a little baby.
Looks lonely. Looks like he
Aw.
needs some physical love.
Damn, he's sweat. Palms are sweating. Mom's spaghetti. Knees weak.
Vomit on his blazer already. He's only got one shot. Do not miss the chance to evict these refugees. Look, yeah, get in his pocket.
I'm trying to crawl into his pocket.
Yeah. Make a little home there. That's where the rest of the game takes place. That's Act 3 is in this man's pocket.
A dazed formalist is an amazing description for what this man is absolutely not.
Oh, dazed? Where does it say that? Dazed formalist. What does that mean? Tired and
he's not happy with such, but he always does things by the books and execute all tasks as given. Versus is a depressed young clerk exhausted by his day-to-day. Oh, he might be. He's too tired and indifferent to solve problems that arise. He has a scant mustache, which makes him older. His pale skin, bags under his eyes. He rarely leaves, yet judging by his clean and barely worn shoes, he does not favor the outdoors, so he is stressed. Versus craves to look authoritative by wearing smart clothes, but his look is out of place considering Cordona's weather. Sweaty palms suggest is extremely stressed by being outside his comfort zone. Tempted to look older for the office where you're judging by his clean. I kind of get this vibe that he
does stuff by the book,
but he's like a form. Oh yeah. I mean, it feels like a very slight difference.
Yeah, I feel like he's too tired, and like this place has problems. I don't think he's trying very hard if things have devolved to this degree.
But the part about the outfit that's too warm for this weather.
It says something about the outfit under Tired Pen Pusher.
Yeah, oh, yeah, it says, no, it doesn't.
Clean and barely worn shoes, he does not favor the outdoors. He might have worn fewer clothes considering today's weather.
But part of the thing that we saw is that he's dressed like this to look authoritative. That's why he's overdressed.
Yeah, you're right. Probably Days Formalist then. I think Shady's out. We probably won't stream for very much longer anyways.
Yeah.
What about the murder that this
we're right
crowd
on
keeps
2
shouting
hours.
about?
It's mere assumption.
Yeah, Shady.
I assure you that the situation is under the police's control.
I know you want to deal with this in the right way. You are obviously a professional and a responsible person, but you clearly have never handled a situation like this before.
I am handling it, Mr. Holmes. Don't question my capability here.
And tell me how you do it. You can't even calm this gathered crowd, and as for the police, they're not quite managing it either, are they? You consider yourself a problem solver, but until today, you've been solving problems sitting at your desk in a dark corner of a city hall room. Here,
I like that you
need
put
a more...
the scars on for your
What
One
are you
Piece
driving
outfit.
at, Mr. Holmes?
I can help you to handle the situation if you're truly interested in solving things quickly and quietly.
And how exactly would you manage that?
Simply tell the police that I'm with City Hall, and I'm permitted to investigate the scene. I'll work out
This
the
is
rest,
a local
but
official
in
from
return,
City Hall.
I need your help
You
finding
can
my
tell by
witness.
his uniform.
She's a young refugee. She's with child or was with child recently.
Look, there is indeed a dead body inside the camp. So even if the girl you are looking for is there, all the refugees are now being detained and interrogated by the police. They won't allow you to speak with her, and I can't do anything about that until the situation settles down.
So it's in our mutual interest to settle it.
Oh. I suppose that things are bad enough that I ought not shy away from help. All right, Mr. Holmes. I'll tell the police to allow you to come inside. Just tell me when you're ready.
Mr. Harlow, how did the refugees end up here exactly?
Oh, so you're not from around here yourself?
I've been away for some time, but I read the papers.
Yes, this whole story has been in the papers for almost a year now. They were smuggled to Cordona on a ship from Africa.
Smuggled? Then why didn't you deport them?
The smugglers managed to sneak them to shore and hide them inside an abandoned warehouse. When the police raided the warehouse and found the refugees there, the ship was already gone. We aren't even certain as to which ship it was. We have busy shipping routes with other colonies these days, you see.
So you decided to lock them up under a bridge?
There was no other option. We're still trying to work out what to do with them.
What,
I
and
only
let
hope
them
we'll find a
live
humane
here?
solution and not put them on a raft and float them out to sea.
Mr. Harlow, what
Let
exactly
them
do you do?
find
What are your
some kind of
responsibilities?
permanent
What I
residence.
do and what I am
on my
responsible for
watch?
are two different realities, Mr. Holmes. On paper, I am in charge of the camp territory, security, provision, and the refugees in general. What I actually do most of the time is knock on every city hall door trying to obtain some funding, or at least rations for the camp.
The police here on City Hall's behalf too?
They are, minus those who came here after the body was found. The governor won't let the refugees disperse into the island, so there's a significant police presence guarding the camp. Naturally, they answer directly to the police. I have some influence here, but I'm not their direct authority.
I'm ready to take a look at the scene.
All right. Go inside the camp and find Inspector Tewksbury. He's the officer investigating the scene. Tell him I sent you. Say you're an independent expert from City Hall. He'll fill in the details for you.
I'll find my way with words. Thank you, Mr. Harlow.
All right, let's stop it here and finish this next time. The muse from abroad. Pat, are you saying stuff? Or are you
Yeah.
just being very quiet?
No, I'm just being very quiet.
Don't show me Peppa Chew. Don't do that. Come on. Put him away.
Good night.
Good night. Feels bad, man.